Shitcase Cinema. On the Shitcase Cinema. Oh, it's the Shitcase Cinema.
You're not going anywhere. I've got to go back to my time.
Shut up! Have you ever seen a confusing, baffling film? Have you ever seen Apex? Probably never even heard of it, to be honest. So let this droning lady tell you what it's all about.
Apex, Advanced Prototype Exploration Unit. In the year 2072, the Apex...
Yeah, piss off you stupid old bint. So this guy here is Nicholas and he's the hero and he lives in the year 2073 playing around with time travel and weird Power Ranger-esque robots. See, at least you can call that a robot or whatever, but look at Cyborg Cop 1 or 2 and that's just a guy with a metal foot. Yeah, I know, I really need to let that drop. So Nicholas and his crew send this robot back 100 years out into the desert to explore time without anyone around to see this happening. But oh bollocks, there's a family out there in the desert. Now suddenly everything starts to malfunction for no reason whatsoever and Nicholas claims the robot will kill the family and he's transported away, as you can see here, into the desert. It's like, what's happening? Now it appears that the robot blew itself up next to a little kid, but he's still alive, which makes perfect sense, I'm sure you'll agree. So more people disappear due to changes in time or something, and another robot decides to send itself back to unleash all fucking hell. I love how it shoots a heat-seeking missile at the car, but after a while it just decides to give up and probably targets a desert scorpion instead. Whatever. So the robot shuts itself down, Nicholas runs into a portal that just appears from nowhere, and then he's whisked back into the future, but sadly for him, and sadly for us because we don't have a clue what's going on basically. The future is in ruins, and Nicholas has even had a change of clothes too. So obviously time's been altered somehow, and everything that Nicholas once knew is a thing of the past. Well, it's not a thing of the past because it never actually existed technically, but who cares? I don't know why instead of building dumbass robots to send back through time and learn about the past, they just don't simply get out a few history books and read up on it, but let's face it, seeing a film with this dickhead sitting at a desk studying history wouldn't be entertaining, so bring on the robots please. And here they are, blowing everything up they can see. Explosions seem to go off all around even when there's no targets there or even any robots. Guess they had a decent sized budget for what is essentially a B movie, so thought to themselves, let's just blow shit up every few seconds, it doesn't need to be justifiable. Ooh, that was a good explosion, I liked that, and ooh, look, another one.
They only know me as the Nicholas Sinclair from this world. What would they say if I told them the truth?
They'd probably say you're full of shit and a wanker. So Nicholas has to go back to the lab in order to stop this paradox situation going on. But will he do it? Of course he will, what a ludicrous question. So Nicholas finds his wife, but obviously in this time she's not his wife and she just thinks he's a tosser. So he tells everyone that they need to go back to this lab to check it out, and they all go despite everyone thinking he's full of shit and nobody liking him. Who does this guy look like? Reminds me of one of those grass heads that you can grow, or maybe an Action Man toy figure, or even this guy from Operation Delta Force. Clumsy bastard, did you see him slip there? Well, hey, it's almost as funny as this guy slipping in The Beast Must Die. Go on, lad. Go on, lad. So, Nicholas's wife...
In this world, she's not my wife.
Alright, your not wife is given a suicide mission because she's infected with a virus along with a bunch of other humans and nobody knows what it is, so they're as good as dead, basically. So, why not run around willy-nilly dodging bullets from guys in robot suits? It sounds good to me. This is amusing. Nicholas's not wife and this clumsy fat bastard get into an argument over who can act the worst.
Hey, listen, I don't take no shit from no virus-thinking bitch.
Oh yeah, Taylor? Next time, why don't I just kick your fucking ass?
And then Nicholas puts his foot in it.
Fuck you ever touch my wife again? Blow your goddamn head off, Taylor.
Oh no, way to go mate, now everyone thinks you're crazy. Now moving on, they go in search of the lab, walking through the desert, then walking over snow-covered mountains, and then, oh look, back over another desert. What part of the world is this? So it's time for another fight with the robot with the guys hiding away and the woman stepping up to do the man's job. Love how interested she looks in the actual job. I mean, there's underacting and then there's being bored out of your skull. So Nicholas decides to try and cheer her up with this line here.
Why did you call me your wife?
Because in another time, you are my wife.
Oh, wicked smooth line, boy. I bet you use that on all the ladies. Notice she didn't smile though. So as things move on slowly and confusingly, it has to be said, Nick and his wife stay in the lab, Action Man and his goons leave, and then robots start to appear out of the blue all over. Like, check this guy out. He's getting shot at, so decides to chill out behind some rocks and start listening to some music. What? Now, if that's not random enough for you, he starts to shoot at a robot, and when a panel opens up on its chest, he decides, just for a laugh, to take out a disc, put in his music CD, which is naturally the same size, it's convenient, cue a little jig and a dance from the robot, and it blows up. That must have been some proper shit music. Well, it's not really surprising considering that chat music just gets shitter. More epic acting coming your way from Action Man here. He goes to see his superior who suddenly disappears and give this guy an Oscar award right here.
Commander! Commander!
I wonder if it had been better with something else said for dramatic effect. Let's try a few different things.
Camp Blood!
Oh my god!
The graveyard shift.
We're looking for her! Susan!
And we have a winner! So Nicholas and his wife are surprised, like I was, when a robot just suddenly enters the lab from nowhere. She gets shot and dies, but what do you expect when you just stand there rooted to the spot looking bored? Now back to this gimp outside, and he's about to die. Now, here comes a robot, and... Yeah, at least try to run. Oh no, I'd rather stand around shouting out no. You dick. So Action Man just turns insane and tries to stop Nicholas entering the portal to set things right. But here comes yet another robot which launches a rocket in slow motion at Action Man, who doesn't blow up, he just seems to have a deformed lower body. Look, is that a blood pack that I can see under your shirt, Action Man? I love his haircut, you could land helicopters on that. So Nicholas goes back to his own world, or time, or whatever. He sees himself briefly before disappearing, and then things have come full circle, as he puts it, you know, back to normal. Well, when he gets back to his wife, she's suddenly now pregnant. I'd be like, what? Back to normal? Fucking hell, how did this happen? Quick, let's go back in time again and sort this mess out. So, overall, it's not a bad film, to be honest. It's just that when films deal with time travel issues, they can become confusing if you try to think about them too much. But it's quite entertaining, full of stupid, amusing moments, and top-notch dialogue. And of course, a humanoid grass head. 5.5 out of 10.